September the 11th, 2001, 19 militants associated with the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 airliners and carried out suicide attacks against targets in the United States. 2 of the planes were flown into the towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. The 3rd plane hit the Pentagon just outside of Washington, D.C., and the 4th plane crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. Often referred to as 9/11, the attacks resulted in extensive death and destruction, triggering major U.S. initiatives to combat terrorism. Over 3,000 people were killed during the attacks in New York City and Washington, D.C., including more than 400 police officers and firefighters. John Kerry offered these thoughts. Remember the hours after September the 11th, when we came together as one to answer the attack against our homeland. We drew strength when our firefighters ran up the stairs and risked their lives so that others might live. When rescuers rushed into the smoke and fire at the Pentagon, and when the men and women of Flight 93 sacrificed themselves to save our nation's capital. When flags were hanging on the front porch all across America, and when strangers became friends. It was the worst day we've ever seen. It brought about the best in us. An excerpt from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address in 1863 says that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation shall have a new birth of freedom, and that this government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember the sacrifices made by those on 9/11.
Good morning. Today is Friday, September 11th. I'm Gannon McCarty.
And I'm Brianna Handy. Welcome to the Daily Redbird Report.
Here are this morning's announcements.
Anyone wishing to join Beta Club needs to pick up an application from Mrs. Damati or Miss Dean. Last year's members need to reapply. All Beta applications need to be turned in by Friday, September 18th.
There will be an FFA meeting first hour tomorrow in the Ag Room.
Freshmen will have skip practice at 3 p.m. on Sunday in the auditorium.
Get your $10 barbecue pork steak dinner tickets from a student athlete. It will be held at the Moose on Friday, September 25th, starting at 4 p.m. The proceeds will go to feed our athletic teams.
Senior pictures must be emailed by November 1st to redbirdannual@gmail.com in the largest format or submitted on a disc to Mrs. Nibs in room 220.
Drive for FFA and Special Olympics will be tomorrow, September 12th, from noon to 4 at Weeks. Please encourage your parents to come test drive a vehicle to raise funds for these 2 FCHS organizations.
The Pink Out football game will be on October 16th.
Attention sophomores through seniors. Basic will have their first meeting September 14th at First Baptist Church at lunch. Church vans will provide transportation and lunch is provided.
Freshmen will have their basic meeting during homeroom on Friday, September 11th. Check in with your homeroom teacher and then report to the auditorium. Everyone is welcome.
See You at the Pole will be September 24th in front of the school at the flagpole. The time will be announced at a later date.
If anyone would like to earn a free yearbook, please see Mrs. Nibs to pick up a fundraiser form.
Attention Bass team. There will be a meeting today, the last 15 minutes of lunch in Mr. Noto's room. All members must attend.
Senior float building will begin on Sunday at 2 p.m. at Terry Lynn Summers' house.
A representative from Northland College is in the auditorium now to give a presentation.
Select which Science Club t-shirt you want to order in room 313. There are 2 designs to choose from and the cost is $7.
Attention subdevs. The mom sale is already in progress. If you missed the meeting, you need to see Mrs. Wells to get your order form. All orders must be turned in by September 18th.
This year's sub-dep officers will be Molly Smith, President, Hannah Cunningham, Vice President, Brett Lingle, Secretary, and Amanda Fry, Treasurer.
A representative from Balfour will meet with all sophomores during homeroom on Wednesday, September 16th to give information on class rings. They will return on the 23rd to take orders.
Driver's Ed I exams will be held on Friday, September 18th. Students need to bring $20 with them for the exam.
Sophomores who want a flow t-shirt should sign up with Mrs. Jones today. The shirts are $7.
There is a student council meeting at the KC Hall today at lunch. All student council members need to turn in their fundraiser money.
Seniors who want a flow t-shirt should sign up outside Mrs. Sullivan's room by the end of the day today. The cost is $10.
And finally, homecoming tickets are on sale in the office before and after school. No tickets will be sold during class time.
No homecoming tickets will be sold at the dance.
And this has been the Redbird Report.